Last weekend, Jess and I went to go visit his family. While we were there, I asked my mother-in-law if she'd like to go to visit a garden center. She, of course, wanted to do that, so we took a little road trip, 30 miles from where we were. We went to the Garden Answers Garden Center. So you've probably heard of that YouTube channel if you're into gardening at all. It's very popular. It's called Garden Answer. Laura is the name of the lady who does that channel. Her parents have a garden center called Andrew's Seed. My in-laws live only about 30 miles away. So we drove over there to go visit it, and it was so much fun. I'm excited to share our visit there with you guys. While I was there, I got inspired to do a project that I saw there. They had these terrariums. They had ferns in them. I've gathered my materials here to create one of these, and when we come back, join me in making this terrarium. The weather was really cloudy and gloomy, so this was the perfect day to go visit a garden center. Oh, right here. Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. Hey guys, well, we are in Ontario, Oregon, and we are going to visit Andrew's Seed & Co. And so I wanted to share it with you. I am excited to be here, and this will be fun to go check out the garden center here. Thanks. Like I said, my mother-in-law came with, and also my sister-in-law who lives in Boise. My mother-in-law is really into gardening. She owned a sprinkler supply company for many years, and her own garden and yards is very beautiful. Maybe someday I can share some of that with you. My sister-in-law is also a very good gardener and has a passion for growing flowers and vegetables and other things. So this was really, really fun. There were so many different and unique displays that I just loved it. It was like every corner, every side of a display was something different and new to look at. They even had some birds inside, which was a fun surprise. And we also found some birds outside, which you'll see in just a minute. This garden center was really unique in that they had a lot of home decor mixed in with all of the garden items, and so it felt like a boutique. It was just really, really beautiful. This little corner right here was definitely my favorite. I loved all of the light, the plants, of course. They had these really beautiful crystal chandeliers hanging in each corner, and there were just so many unique little things, and so I just loved this little spot right here. Really swooning over this beautiful green bird bath. Here is the terrarium that I saw that inspired me, and so after this I am going to work on this project, so I hope you'll join me for that. I bought a few seed packets for myself, and then I got some items for plants, and then I also got some gifts. Those houses are beautiful though. We brought our items to the car that we had purchased from inside and then came back to walk around the outside of the nursery center here. I love how they shaped the boxwoods. There wasn't a whole lot out here. Obviously, it's winter time, but it was so tidy and just buttoned up nicely for winter. While we were here, we did meet Laura's mom, and she is even sweeter in person if you've ever watched her in Laura's videos on Garden Answer, but she was just so sweet. And when we were out here, we saw this rooster out in the greenhouse, and we thought for sure he wanted to attack us because that's kind of the reputation roosters have. Has such a little kiss of frost on it. Look at him. Oh my goodness. That is too cute. Oh, there's more. He's like, hey, look. But she told us that the rooster actually wanted to come to us and be held, and she said that when you pick him up, he will actually lay his head on your shoulder, and I just thought that was so funny. So funny. Silly rooster. Okay, so what I'm going to be using is a glass vase that I got here, and this, of course, I thrifted it. I got it at a thrift store. It was only $2. I really liked the unique shape of the bottom of this, and I thought it might be nice to layer the gravel and stuff in it. So I got that, and then I have some indoor potting mix. I have a little bit of pumice. This is for drainage, and then I also have some rocks here that I got from outside, and I just washed them off. And then I went outside and I dug up some moss. Even when we have difficult circumstances in our life, no matter what the challenge, we should always keep our hope. There's so many things in this life that can become overwhelming or discouraging, and the enemy would like nothing more than for us to stay that way. But God wants us to stay rooted and grounded in His love, knowing who we are in Him. When I keep my focus in God's love for me, then I have this unexplainable hope because I know that He has good plans for my future, and I hope that you know that too. Because we have so much moss growing on our mountain here. The plant that I'm going to be using is this beautiful fern. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to want to do is put in the rocks. That'll be my first layer, so I'm going to go ahead and just put these in really carefully and gently. I think I want to get it to be just right at the lip here where the glass changes its shape. So I think it's going to be about 2.5 inches of rock. Next thing I'm going to add in is this pumice, which this is just like a crushed volcanic rock. And this will just help with drainage. So hopefully that will keep the soil to just lay evenly and hold its shape and not just sink right down into the rock. I also think this is going to look nice as another layer. So I'll just put that in there. When I was researching how to do this, I looked on Pinterest to see what other ways that I could do it or ideas for layering. And some people use charcoal, some people use sand. I think there's a lot of different mediums that you could use to to create these different layers. But the purpose of this is just to prevent root rot on your plant. Okay, so now I've got my pumice stone layer in here, and next I'm going to be adding the potting mix, and I'm using an indoor potting mix. I've learned that if you use a multi-purpose or a potting mix that can also be for outdoors, it's more prone to gnats. The indoor potting mix has been sterilized so that you don't get the gnats. I'm gonna go ahead and dump a little bit in here. So just to start, and put my first layer of potting mix, and then I'm going to get my plant. So I picked this one out. This doesn't even say the name of what type of fern it is. If you know what this is, please leave it in the comments and let me know. Okay, so let's just see. It's a little big, but I think it's gonna look good. You know, what I think I want to do actually is trim some of this dead stuff off of here before I plant it. So I'm gonna do that right now really quick. Okay, so I just got a scissors, so I'm gonna cut off the ones that have dead or browning leaves on them. And just try to give this a fresh start. This will also help to just create a little bit more space in there too, I think. This one feels kind of dry, and it's got a little brown on it. I don't know if I want to take that off though. I have a blank space there. Let's see. Now, this one feels really dry. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off, even though it is creating part. These two are also very dry. I just don't think they're good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut these two big ones off. Even these feel really dry, and this stem is like hard. So I think it's a good idea if I go ahead and cut those, because new growth should come up really well. Those hard, dry ones off of there. This one too is really, it's hard. Like I could probably just snap that off. Yeah, just like that. It's so dry. So I'll trim that stem back. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's just see, how is this going to look now that I trimmed all that off? I think that'll still be okay. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty. All right, well, let's go ahead and pot our plant. I'm gonna kind of squeeze it out of there. Break this up just a little bit here. Kind of go around the bottom of it to break up this ball. And then I'm just gonna put it right in there. Add some more of my potting soil. I'm gonna get it to just right at or slightly under the level of the plant's dirt, because I'm gonna be adding moss, so I don't want it to be too tall or too full of the dirt. Now I'm gonna add the moss. This was really frozen when I dug it out. I kind of had to chop at it, but oh, there's still some snow in there. It doesn't feel too cold now though. It's so light and airy that it's already thawed out a little bit. Press that in there. Just trying to kind of shape it a little bit so that it'll fit around the edge here. Okay, well, I am going to clean up the mess I made here. Okay, I've got it all cleaned up, and I have some water, so I'm gonna give it some water, and then I have a mister, and I think this is gonna be a really key thing to keep this thriving in this pot, is misting this fern. So let's give it some water. I don't wanna give it too much, but just enough. Well, it seems to be draining okay. I didn't give it too much water, so some of the soil you can see is wet and some of it isn't. So I might just give it a little bit more. And then I'm gonna give it a little mist. I'm gonna dry this off and clean it up. And there we go. A fun little terrarium that I can hopefully enjoy for the next couple of months, the next cold months and beyond, especially when it's too cold to be outside digging in the dirt. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you got some encouragement and some inspiration from this video. And let me know in the comments if you are going to be creating one of these terrariums.